make me sick, disgusted, utterly disgusted by the idea of getting inked up, because the reality is it is stolen valor. It's what scars are to the body. People try to compensate and act as if tattoos are that, right? It's a way to sort of engage and tell a story, right? Or to pique someone's curiosity by saying, oh, well, what is that? What does this mean? This and that. And then you realize you pick it apart and it means nothing. And if anything, you want to have scars, because then what that ends up being is what? You have a lot more at your fingertips in terms of what you can share, right? Because it's literally on your body. There's nothing to fake that. Why do you have these huge marks, scars over the skin? Why is there layers caked up, right? What is it? What have you done? What have you experienced? What have you been through? What have you overcome? Right? Essentially is what it is. And so people think they can usher in toughness by getting a bunch of tattoos to sort of display a certain, I don't know, certain bravado. Is ridiculous. It's corny. I see people with quotes and images and religious imagery, and I think to myself, what in the world, what in God's name is going on here? It's basically a prison aesthetic that has leaked into like the everyday landscape, is what it feels like, because I can't walk in anywhere without not seeing everybody tatted. For example, I went to Trader Joe's yesterday, and I mean, this is, it's a place filled with Gen Zers, and they're all soft-skinned, soft-boned, pudgy, tatted people, and it's just like everybody looks the same, and it's like, I don't understand, like this is basically a psyop to me, because it's like, how did everybody just fall for this and just accept this as like, this is the way you're supposed to look? Everybody has to look soft, pudgy, and tatted, right? It's grotesque. It's not aesthetically pleasing whatsoever. And if you're even considering it, I would say really stop and think what it is that you're trying to prove to others and to yourself. Like, what is it about it? Because it's grotesque. It's a massive L. And especially for chicks, it's especially trashy to be tatted. Like, there's nothing worse than that on a woman. And I get it. I understand it's a form of rebellion, right? It's an affront. And I'll tell you what, it's really just a way, especially for women, to sort of like dump their trauma on their body and to sort of like showcase what they've been through, and sort of bathe it in this whole concept of art, right? It's art on the body, right? But if anything, I would say that the real rebellion is not to get tatted, because everybody else is getting tatted. So not having a tattoo is the rebellious thing to do. Ironically, it's to look like not like everyone else. And that's just the reality. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me that, and look, at the end of the day, it is a degenerate starter pack, right? You start there, and look, I remember one time I was dating this whore. I mean, let's be honest, I was dating a whore. I mean, she was trash, full of tattoos. And I remember like I was smashing, and I think to myself like, man, this is disgusting. Like, what am I doing with myself? Like, why am I with somebody that looks like this? And I really started to think to myself that this essentially was a reflection of what I could do, what I could bring to the table, what I could get in return. And I was absolutely horrified that this was my reality, that I accepted dating someone like this, when I knew I for sure in my mind was not comfortable with the idea of going out with someone that was this tatted up, because it was just all trauma. It was daddy issues. It was, it's like childhood trauma stuff, dealing with family. And that's what that was, right? All that ink represented that. And so, and I've seen some of the dumbest stuff being put on people's bodies. Like, I remember one time I was in Europe, and this guy on the train had like Gucci and Prada, like tattoos on it. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Like, are you that retarded? Are you that stupid? Like, are you that bored with your life? And that's really what it comes down to, is people don't have anything else to sort of distinguish them from anyone else, right? So they think I have to externalize sort of my uniqueness, right? I can't just let who I am, let my constitution speak for itself. So it speaks of a larger void in the modern world, that people have to do this to sort of create conversation, to sort of spark small talk. And I'm here to tell you, I'm here to lambast the disgustingness of tattoos and how much they're just an eyesore. And any guy who's even considering getting one or dating someone with them, you really have to start thinking like, is this really what I want to get into? Is this really what I'm actually into? Is this something that I genuinely am attracted to? Because it's like I said, I mean, I see it all the time, and it's just like the writing is on the wall in terms of what these people are and what they represent. Like, I can't even have friends with tattoos, because then I'm just like, bro, what are you doing with your life? Like, and maybe I'm being a little too rigid and people make mistakes, but the amount of tattoos I see on people, I mean, clearly they don't see that as a mistake, right? One, whatever, two, maybe. But as soon as you got all these sleeves and neck tattoos, and it's like, bro, like, what are you trying to prove? Like, who do you think you are? Then, like I said, I think scars are nature's tattoos. And I think if you want to really distinguish yourself, well, then go get some scars, buddy. Go outside, have some fun, fall down, get into some misadventure, trip up a little bit, find your way, learn how to do things. That's really how you get the scars, and that's how you get the tattoos. All right. Anyhow, see you in the next one.